Most modern revenge movies are cowards. They treat violence like a video game with a clean reset button. John Wick kills 300 men over a dog, walks off into the sunset, and we call it catharsis. It's a comforting, commercial lie. True revenge isn't a power fantasy. It's an automated slaughterhouse where the guy pulling the lever is also the meat on the hooks. In 2003, Park Chan-wook didn't just make a thriller with Oldboy, he built an architectural trap for the human soul. It's a film that systematically takes our primitive thirst for retribution and turns it into a mirror that forces us to watch ourselves drown. If you think this is just a movie about a guy with hammer swinging at nameless goons, you've missed the point entirely. This is the greatest revenge thriller ever made because it hates the very concept of revenge. Our story begins not with a grand criminal conspiracy, but with a pathetic drunk businessman named Oh Dae-su trapped in a private prison room for 15 years. No explanation, no human contact, just a television fried dumpling every single day and his own unraveling mind. Look closely at how Park Chan-wook handles this confinement. Most directors would abuse quick cuts to simulate madness. Park does the exact opposite. He uses wide lockdown compositions and suffocating sickly green wallpaper patterns that look like decaying flesh. The frame itself becomes a cell. When you isolate a human being for a decade and a half, you stripped away the social software that makes them civilized. Oh Dae-su doesn't spend 50 years plotting a heroic escape. He spends it shadowboxing walls, hallucinating ants crawling under his skin, and filling notebooks with the names of people he might have slighted. It's an indictment of our casual cruelty. The horror isn't just that he's locked away. It's that any of us could have triggered this punishment without even remembering why. You cannot talk about Oldboy without analyzing the hallway scene. It's been ripped off, sanitized, and remade by Hollywood a dozen times. Yet every imitation feels completely hollow. Why? Because Western action cinema is obsessed with sleek efficiency. We want clean choreography, digital stabilization, and heroes who never break a sweat. Park Chan-wook shoots the entire 4-minute brawl in a single, unbroken, side-scrolling tracking shot. There are no hidden cuts behind the passing back, no CGI augmentations, it's pure, brutal geography. Oh Dae-su isn't a material arts master. He is a desperate animal with a hardware tool. He gets stabbed in the back, he collapses from exhaustion. His enemies don't wait their turn to attack in neat lines, they crowd him, trip over each other, and gasp for air. By the end of that sequence, nobody looks cool, they look miserable. This isn't an action set piece designed to make your popcorn taste better. It's a technical demonstration of physical degradation. The unbroken take doesn't exist to show off. It exists to deny the audience the relief of an edit. You are forced to breathe heavily right alongside a man who is literally fighting his way out of hell. Once Oh Dae-su is released, the movie shifts from a survival story into a twisted detective procedural. He meets Mi-do, a young chef who becomes his emotional anchor and lover. Together they hunt the ghost who ruined his life, a wealthy, cold sociopath named Lee Woo-jin. This is where the narrative mechanics become terrifying. In a lesser script, the villain hides behind an army of bodyguards. Here, Lee Woo-jin hands Oh Dae-su the keys to his apartment. He gives him a deadline. He turns the hunt into an interactive game. Because their revenge isn't about physical harm, it's about psychological obliteration. The tragedy of Oldboy is that Oh Dae-su thinks he's the hunter, but every step he takes toward his target is a step deeper into an execution chamber custom built for his subconscious. The film operates on a level of ancient Greek tragedy, weaponizing the audience's expectations against them. We want him to find the truth, completely blind to the fact that the truth is a nuclear weapon designed to vaporize his sanity. We have to talk about the ending, and we have to talk about it honestly. The ultimate revelation that Midu is Oh Dae-su's biological daughter, orchestrated through 15 years of meticulous tracking and psychological conditioning, is unmatched in its cruelty. It recontextualizes the entire movie. The villain didn't just punish Oh Dae-su for an old childhood rumor. He forced him to repeat the exact same scene that started this entire cycle of bloodshed. When Oh Dae-su discovers the truth, he doesn't fight back. He drops to his knees, barks like a dog, and literally cuts out his own tongue with scissors to protect the secret from his daughter. It is a stunning, agonizing performance by Choi Min-sik. The movie leaves us with a final cynical question. Is an engineered ignorance better than a devastating truth? When Oh Dae-su goes to a hypnotist to erase his memories, the final smile on his face isn't one of victory. It's the desperate grin of a man who knows that even if the mind forgets, the soul still carries the scars of the meat grinder. Modern cinema simply doesn't have the stomach for this anymore.